Hi there, teachers, and welcome to Interrelate's Tackling Bullying in Schools. If you need help to tackle bullying in your school, we are here to help. Interrelate has a long history of working with students and schools. Since 1926, we have worked to support young people in the issues they face at the time, and bullying is no exception. By watching this presentation, you will understand bullying in Australia today and gain the ability to address it in your school. Let's ensure we have a clear grasp of what bullying actually is. There is a tendency for it to be a bit of a buzzword, and it does get thrown around quite a bit. Interrelate run bullying awareness programs for year 3, 4, 5 and 6. And in those programs, we teach a student that bullying is someone who teases, annoys, excludes or frightens another person on purpose, repeatedly and knowingly. We really emphasise that on purpose, repeatedly and knowingly, so that students understand it's not a one-off argument or a disagreement, that the bully is knowing what they're doing it repeatedly, it's deliberate. Let's have a look at some of the rates of bullying in Australia. Until recently, Australia was ranked #1 worldwide for cyberbullying. Currently, we're sitting second only to the UK, but still not a great claim to fame. 1 in 5 students aged 8 to 17 will experience some form of cyberbullying, whether they are the target or simply witness it. However, those that are the target are 3 times more likely to show symptoms of depression. When it comes to the bully themselves, they have a 1 in 4 chance of having a criminal record by age 30. And both bullying and cyberbullying seem to be geared more towards girls. In tackling bullying, we need to know and recognise the signs. So there are some more common and obvious signs such as avoidance and obviously avoiding the place where the bullying is happening. They can avoid extracurricular activities like dancing, swimming. They can seem to have bruises or scratches, torn clothing or missing possessions if the bullying is physical. They can appear to be tense, tearful, or unhappy, just simply at the mention of the place where the bullying is happening. However, some of the signs are not as obvious. So these might be finding any excuse for not participating, avoiding tasks altogether, trying to stay separate, trying to stay alone. And in these situations, it's important that we don't force the student to take part. Instead, maybe make a time to chat with them about what's going on and ensure the student understands that they're not in trouble, but rather you'd like to help. Unfortunately, bullying can have quite a negative effect on both the bully and their target. We have seen the impact of bullying evident still some 40 years later, and I'm sure many of you can think back to your schooling years where you'd be able to name a bully whether you were their target or not. They seem to stick in our memories. The damage caused by childhood bullying can be extremely harmful, and we've seen increases in risk of depression, anxiety disorders, even suicidal thoughts. Each year, Interrelate run their bullying awareness poster competition, and it sees thousands of entries come in from all over Australia. The artworks students create are nothing short of amazing, and each year leave us more inspired than the last. It's important as adults that we hear these kids. They are far more insightful than we often give them credit for, and we must remember they are the ones that are living through the bullying. So let's have a listen to what they have to say.
I'd feel very upset. I would feel very sad and scared, and I would hope to have the strength to stand up for myself, and if not, I hope that someone else would have the strength to stand up for me.
It would make me feel sad and lonely and I'm scared.
It makes them feel sad inside and feel like they're not good enough.
Really sad.
I'd feel a bit upset, but I would know that the other person, it will make Like sometimes something will happen to them and bullying will make them happy, and I understand that they're hurt as well. So I will like leave it alone, and if something happens, I'll like tell someone to talk to them.
I would feel like humiliated by them, so like I was inferior to them. But it's all about like staying strong. So I would probably ignore them.
I would feel sad and every day feel like I can't do something and I can't get better at life and everything.
In many bullying cases, whether happening in or out of school, there is an underlying expectation that the school will do something about it, or at least be aware of it. Many teachers have expressed concern when dealing with bullying, as they often lack the skills to manage the bullying behaviours. This is also coupled with the lack of time and the fact that they have another 30+ students to oversee the behaviour of. In some cases, by the time parents and teachers are made aware of the situation, the problems have escalated quite a bit. With cyberbullying now in play, the issues may have occurred for quite some time before adults are alerted. Interrelate's bullying awareness program works to give students the power, as they are usually the first ones to see the actions, whether they are the target or not. So giving them the power to put a stop to it can mean the difference between bullying situations and one-off disagreements or negative comments. The bullying awareness program will encourage students to be upstanders. Rather than supporting the bully or those expressing the negative comments, we inspire everyone else to call these people out and put a stop to it before it escalates. We give students strategies, behaviours, and things to say to deal with bullying. We focus on the ways students can contribute and ultimately feel they have the authority. We also encourage teachers to tackle bullying in this way, to gain a sense of camaraderie between your students at both a classroom and whole of school level. Some teachers have begun to set these behaviours out in their classroom rules at the beginning of each year. Teachers of more senior students in years 5 and 6 have engaged their help by motivating them to assist younger students when witnessing bullying. Interrelate have been witness to some amazing outcomes for schools. We have schools that run the program every year in term 1, which sets the standard of expectation early. In response, student cohorts are seen to have strong foundations of respect, resilience, and confidence. This has also had positive impacts on sociability and academic results. In return, teachers have been able to focus on the educational needs of students and not on behavioural management. So I guess you're wondering how to put all of this into action. In order to effect any real change, it must be a holistic approach, from individual students to classrooms and year groups to parents, teachers, whole of faculty and the wider community. By educating the school community on how to be an upstander and tackle bullying, it will spread the word and give clear expectation on behaviour, subsequently reducing the load on teachers. Just like the posters we've seen earlier and the video, students can often lead the way. Discuss with them ways that they can discourage bullying and allow them the power to put a stop to it. Some teachers have used case studies where once a week, students discuss a different case study and come up with ways to handle that particular situation from an upstander and target point of view. And don't forget, we are here to help. Book a bullying awareness program for your school and set out the expectations early for dealing with bullying. If you mention this video upon booking, we will forward you a free webinar for your parents. All our programs come with syllabus correlation documents aligning the program content to the stage syllabus. Additionally, classes receive student workbooks and resources for teachers. All program content is age appropriate, relevant and easy to understand. Our programs have been around so long because they are backed by frameworks that have taken into consideration the short, medium and long-term outcomes. We have working partnerships that conduct research into our programs, including the current partnership with the University of Technology, Sydney. Interrelate are registered providers of programs through the eSafety Commissioner. We also have resources available for purchase, such as our 100+ questions kids have about bullying. We hope you enjoyed the presentation and we'll hear from you soon. Feel free to write or call us. There is plenty of information on our website.